wear a cap, the official on-field cap of Major League Baseball.
Ever feel your financial company is more about them than you? Or focus on profits than customer service? That is not the case at the Illinois Valley Credit Union. At IVCU, the focus is on you. Illinois Valley Credit Union is in the business of helping you realize your dreams with low-interest loans that best match your financial needs. Get the lowest rate when you finance or refi your car, motorcycle, or RV with IVCU. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle-Peru or Putnam counties, you can become an IVCU member. See more at IVCU.com with the emphasis on you. IVCU member NCUA.
Hi, this is John with Elite Seamless Gutters out of Spring Valley. If you're looking at getting all the mold and all the stuff off your house that's been on your home for many years, call Elite Seamless Gutters. We can power wash your house right the first time. We have Hotsy machines with hot water, and we can take care of all your pressure washing needs. Call 663-8364 and get your driveway cleaned, your house pressure washed, your deck, whatever you would need to get your house cleaned up. Call Elite Seamless Gutters out of Spring Valley. We will get your power washing needs taken care of today. That's 663-8364 and get your power washing done right the first time. Get all this mold that's stuck on that siding, on that vinyl siding, cleaned off. For the first time, you've got somebody that can do the job right the first time. Call Elite Seamless Gutters at 663-8364 and get that junk off your house today.
That's Elite Seamless Gutters in Spring Valley. 815-663-8364.
You never know when life's going to throw you a curveball. So step up to the plate and knock one out of the park with coverage from Hartower Insurance, your local Rockford Mutual Insurance agency. They'll make sure your bases are covered with a premium you can afford. And their money-saving auto home discount is a game-changing double play that puts more money back in your pocket.
This is Bart Hartower. For details, slide into Hartower Insurance, your local Rockford Mutual Insurance agency in LaSalle, because it's all about trust.
If you have an abundance of plastic bags, take them to your local food pantry to serve their clients.
Listen on FM 1039, AM 1220. Get the free WLPO app, or ask your smart speaker to play 1039 WLPO. Star Block News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Back in on the Ameren Total Access Show here on the Cardinals Radio Network. We're going to spend a bunch of time here, well, the time that we have left, the 2 minutes we have left, talking pitching. And that's going to be where we start. Our UMB player to bank on for tonight, Dakota Hudson, making his first start of the 2021 season. And, interesting to see, how does he look tonight? How does that factor into playoff roster decisions moving forward and all of that? His stuff looked really good when he came on in relief of Jack Flaherty last week. Fastball, the two-seam fastball, the sinking fastball had a lot of bite to it. Slider looked good as well. He did have a couple of bumps in the road, but really overall was very good in that first outing of 2021 season. It'll be interesting to see how he does and how deep he goes today. And, of course, this is one of the guys that we heard from John Mozeliak earlier with the contract announcement on Adam Wainwright. And we heard from Waino, of course, during Inside the Clubhouse, built by Window Nation, that, Mo talked about the influence that Waino's had on so many of these young pitchers. And, Hudson's one of those guys. And, when you think about how you learn things, you certainly learn by being actively taught, but you also learn by watching how someone else goes about their business, especially up close. And the Cardinals have always had a close-knit group of people when it comes to their starting rotation and their starting pitchers. They look out for each other. They watch each other's bullpens. And, again, that's something that is great about the way the Cardinals set up their continuity with guys like Adam Wainwright carrying over what Chris Carpenter carried over from the guys that came before him. And now guys like Hudson and Flaherty get to carry it on beyond once Adam Wainwright calls it a career, which could be at the end of next year. So Dakota Hudson making the start for the Cardinals tonight. He is the UMB player to bank on. Now, Corey Abbott is making the start for the Cubs. And if you don't know a lot about Corey Abbott, that's understandable. He's made 6 major league appearances in his career, all of them in the bullpen, all of them this year. Got an 8.03 ERA so far for the Cardinals. As John Rooney mentioned earlier, he's had some problems with his command. He's allowing more than 2 base runners per inning so far at the major league level. And he also allowed a lot of base runners at the AAA level this year as well. But one thing he did in the minor league that stands out is he struck a lot of people out. He had 130 strikeouts in 96 innings pitching at AAA this year. While he's pitching in the minor leagues this year. And he's not had that kind of success. 8 strikeouts in 12 innings at the major league level. But here's how he goes about it. His fastball sits around 93 miles an hour. It's not overly explosive. aggressive. He does have pretty good spin rate on it, so it may have a look like it has a little more life than it actually does. He throws primarily a slider to right-handed hitters as a secondary offering. He throws primarily the curveball to left-handed hitters as a secondary offering. And so far this year, the curveball has been the more effective of his two off-speed pitches. But the key thing with a guy like Corey Abbott, the key thing we've seen from him so far is that command can be an issue. So it'll be interesting to see how patient the Cardinals are tonight, or whether or not Abbott tries to correct that and maybe get into the middle of the zone more than he would like to. All right, next up, we send you up to the broadcast booth. Mike Shannon and John Rooney will have the call of tonight's game between the Cardinals and the Cubs, and this has been the Ameren Total Access Show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Official contest rules for WLPO are brought to you by Kilday Baxter and Associates.
I'm almost thinking with St. Pete, their very first play, they threw like a 70-yard bomb before.
At least 18 years old.
And I'm thinking, all right, they're probably thinking this is going to be easy. Took their foot off the gas.
Responsible for prizes that become unavailable.
You shouldn't do that, but I'm almost wondering if that was the case.
Available at Classic Hits 1039 WLPO.com.
I mean, when you're Riverdale started the game recovering an onside kick very first play. Oh, nice. Yeah. Dota did that to Hall.
For all the ways you pay, Heartland Bank has the options you need. If you're busy shopping or just reimbursing a friend for lunch, you can make easy, secure payments in-app, in-store, or online while you stay on the go.
I really wish I wouldn't have seen
with a free debit card, free online banking, and a mobile app. Heartland Bank checking accounts give you options for your life. For more information, visit us at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
Season in Bojo's is stocked with beautiful fall mums and the best in homegrown veggies and fruit, including peppers, beets, and now tomatoes for canning, garlic, fresh cabbage, squash, and Paula red apples. And don't forget Bojo's famous apple cider donuts. Bojo's Orchard, open 7 days a week. Find them.
Yeah, I'll get you in after the spot block, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Yep.
Ever feel your financial company is more about them than you? Or focus on profits than customer service? That is not the case at the Illinois Valley Credit Union. At IVCU, the focus is on you. Illinois Valley Credit Union is in the business of helping you realize your dreams with low-interest loans that best match your financial needs. Get the lowest rate when you finance or refi your car, motorcycle, or RV with IVCU. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle-Peru or Putnam counties, you can become an IVCU member. See more at IVCU.com with the emphasis on you. IVCU member NCUA.
Get more Starved Rock news, talk, and classic rock after this presentation of 1039 WLPO Sports.
2021 LaSalle-Peru Township High School football is on the air. The Cavaliers are brought to you by Abacus Tax and Accounting Services, the Bill Walsh Automotive Group, Eureka Savings Bank, Financial Plus Credit Union, Hometown National Bank, Illinois Valley Credit Union, Jeff Perry, Buick GMC, LaSalle Body and Fender, Peru Federal Savings Bank, St. Margaret's Health, your local Subway restaurants, and
the imagination of Elton High School and LaSalle-Peru community for the continued support of the Mountain County.
AM 1220. Stream with WLPO's mobile app or by asking your smart speaker to play 1039 WLPO. And now you can watch and listen to LP football with our free HD webcast. Find a link at starvedrock.media or search and subscribe to Starved Rock Media on YouTube. Now, LaSalle-Peru Cavalier football on 1039 WLPO.
And good evening, everybody, from Howard Fellows Stadium. It is Homecoming 2021. LP hosting Woodstock North, the Thunder, and first meeting between these two programs. Woodstock North comes into tonight's game 0-5, and the LP Cavaliers coming in at 3-2. Woodstock North lost last week to the Ottawa Pirates, while the Cavaliers went on the road and lost to state-ranked Sycamore. Joining me tonight is Brandon LaChance. And Brandon, homecoming always a big deal for any school. LP no different. You want to impress the home crowd, impress the alums that come back, and one's got to think LP's got a chance to do that tonight against a Woodstock North team, but still got to take care of business and hope at the end of the night you're just a better team and LP gets back on the winning track.
What's great about football, it doesn't seem to matter what the record is coming in, because obviously LP wants to turn around from the loss that they had last week, 23-0 to Sycamore, get back in the winning column before 4-2 on the season. Woodstock North 0-5. They want to make a little bit of noise, being that this is their first year in Interstate 8, and want to prove that they can play with anybody since they still haven't won a game. So I'm betting both teams are going to come out hard and try to play the best football they can.
Yeah, it should be a fun one tonight. A beautiful night for football at Howard Fellows Stadium, as we're now into week 6. And a big game for LP. They need to win this one, you think, if they're wanting some playoff aspirations. We'll take a break. We come back, we'll give you our key to the game. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance from Howard Fellows Stadium. LP football up next.
Let's rock this.
All right, you guys still sound like crap, but AJK sounds good anyway.
Hey. Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't hear the ad.
You're not getting any audio back down the line. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, you don't sound good on the air either. So
yeah.
You may just have to watch it. Thankfully, at least you've got that ability.
Yeah, I'm seeing it count down.
Cameron is taking a look at the issue, so I'll let him know you're not getting anything back down the line either.
Okay, all right. But yeah, it looks like looks like 2:25 left in this spot block.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you, John. So engineers are trying to fix things. And it's like a car auto repair. You fix one thing, you know, and
it seems like every week there's been talk about this not sounding good, this sounding
yeah, I don't know what it is this year. It's
I mean, it happens.
it sounds the video has been awesome. The video and the audio and the video and everything. Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance back here at LP High School as we are ready for high school football. And we are ready for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Eureka Savings Bank. Since 1885, Eureka Savings Bank has been proud to be a part of this community, helping people just like you. Eureka Savings Bank, member FDIC. And the opening kickoff is a squibber, and it's taken by LP's Tommy Hartman, who gets it out to about the 40. The Cavaliers won tonight's coin toss, brought to you by Hometown National Bank. Don't leave your financial future up to a coin toss. Let the folks at Hometown National Bank help. The Cavaliers won the coin toss and have chosen to receive. So bucking the normal trend, Brandon. Most teams always choose to defer, but I think the Cavaliers, being shut out last week, have a bad taste in their mouth and want to get the offense going here tonight.
Want to get the offense going, and against an 0-5 team, they want to jump out on top, score first, make them know, like, hey, we're not going to be easy for you to try to get that first win.
Whitfield under center. Walker goes in motion, and there's Carrico right up the gut. First play from line of scrimmage, gets about 3 yards. Carrico was bottled up for the most part last week against Sycamore. And that brings us to our Jeff Perry Buick Pontiac GMC keys to the game. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle or need service, see why Jeff Perry customers come back again and again. Jeff Perry Buick Pontiac GMC in Rochelle, Pruitt online too. Brandon kind of alluded to what we think is the key to the game. Try to get out in front of this team early and put some doubt in their minds.
Yeah, you don't want them to come in here, feel confident, like, hey, we can play with LaSalle-Peru. The Cavaliers need to come out, stomp on the throat, score quick, and put it in their favor.
Here's a pitch play to Trayvon Hunter. Trayvon turns it inside and goes head over heels. A couple yards short of the first down. He was hit low and went flying up in the air, and a gain of about 6. It'll be a 3rd down and 1 coming up for the LP Cavaliers. Homecoming 2021. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance here, high atop Howard Fellows Stadium. Mentioned that it's a pretty nice night for football. Game time weather brought to you by Tonic Country Services. Whether it's hot, cold, dark, or light, Tonic Country Services doing whatever it takes 24/7. Go to toniccountryservices.com to find out more. Partly cloudy and 79 right now at Howard Fellows Stadium.
It's beautiful.
And there's a nice run right off right tackle by Matt Carrico. Carrico needed 1 and got 3, maybe 4, down to the Woodstock North 47-yard line. So LP trying to get that running game going again. Last week snapped a streak of 11 consecutive games where as a team they had more than 100 yards rushing. And LP, if they're getting held under 100 yards, they're not going to win. And that was the case last week against a very good Sycamore Spartan defense.
Because their rushing game is the key to their offense. And if that is stopped, and Sycamore did a good job of trying to bottle them up.
Whitfield with a keeper. Sean turns it up inside down at the 40-yard line. Quarterback keeper on the option. Whitfield with about 7. Give him 8 down to the 39 of Woodstock North. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 now after the 8-yard run by the senior quarterback Sean Whitfield. Just underway here. The freshman game, by the way, came down to the wire, and Woodstock North held off LP 12-6 in the freshman game. The Thunder of Woodstock North, white shirts, black pants, black helmets, black numbers. Here's the 2nd down and 2 for LP. They give it to Carrico. Matt's got the 1st down and gets it near the 35-yard line. Gain of about 4 for the Cavaliers. LP in their green shirts, green pants, white numbers with the red trim, green helmets.
This is homecoming. Did you go to all your homecomings when you were in high school?
I did, yeah. Yeah, always fun. Remember going to the parade, getting out of school. That was a big part of it. You know, I usually got dismissed early. At least we did at Moline. They let us out with a half day to get ready for the homecoming parade, whether you went to the parade or not. But
okay, I'll take a half day.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
1st and 10. LP. Whitfield's going to throw. He's got wide open Ozzie Hernandez. Touchdown LP. Ozzie Hernandez up top. Got behind the Woodstock North defense. Hernandez had a couple big catches last week against Sycamore, and that one he got wide open behind the defense. Untouched, rolls in 35 yards at 8:52 of the first, and there we go. Brandon LP gets on the board in a hurry.
There was nobody 10 yards around him, and there was another wide receiver open on the left side of the field. Either one were going in for touchdowns.
And again, that is a touchdown brought to you by Tonic Country Services. Doing whatever it takes 24/7. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to toniccountryservices.com to find out more. The PAT attempt by Joey Shepard is good, and that is a Financial Plus Credit Union extra point. They belong to you, and that's the plus at Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. 8:52 to go here in the first. The Cavaliers won the coin toss, chose to receive, and they quickly score. A 35-yard touchdown pass from Whitfield to Hernandez. And right away, the Cavaliers jump ahead 7-0 over the Woodstock North Thunder. I mean, on defense, Woodstock North selling out for the run there, and that allowed Ozzie Hernandez to coast into the end zone for a Cavalier touchdown. Some other games, by the way, we'll be watching tonight. Hall is hosting Kewanee. It's a Red Devil homecoming. Mendota's homecoming is against Sherrard. Princeton home to Sterling Newman. Let's see if the Tigers can bounce back. Ottawa's homecoming tonight, welcoming in Woodstock. Maybe Woodstock and Woodstock North could have followed each other down, and we've split off. One went to Ottawa, one went here.
Just bus pooled.
Yeah. Marquette hosting Leroy. Fieldcrest home to Downs Tri-Valley. Here's a kick by Shepard. End over end's going to bounce off the turf at about the 20. The Thunder returner at the 15, and he doesn't get much of anywhere. Coverage for the Cavaliers provided by Luke Murtis. Also there was Deshaun Smith. So it'll be 1st and 10, Woodstock North at their own 20-yard line. Streeters at Piatone tonight, Seneca at Clinton, Amboy Lamoille at Kirkland, Hiawatha. Seneca was supposed to play Watseka tonight, and Watseka already had to call off the rest of their varsity season. And there's a running play, and the Cavalier defense all over it. The running back, number 34, Henry Getz. Will Doherty was down at the bottom of that pile. 3, 4, 5 Cavalier defenders. No gain on the play for running back Henry Getz.
Will Doherty, that's a name we've never heard before. Don't say every broadcast.
He's an anchor in that defensive line. Him and Van Duzer up the middle. 2nd down and 10 for Woodstock North. They set up 3 receivers on this play. And the quarterback's going to throw. It's a screen pass, and it's dropped, but there's a flag thrown. They were going to dish it out on a screen pass to Getz, but a flag is thrown from the back referee. Let's see if it's a hold on Woodstock North, perhaps. It was right around the line of scrimmage, and no personal foul.
That's a personal foul.
Wow, roughing the passer on LP. So that'll be a 1st down for the Thunder. LP's been very good this year about staying disciplined and not having all that many personal fouls, but they get one right away here, and then we'll move it out to the 35-yard line. So gain of 15 on the personal foul. 1st and 10. Woodstock North.
What I saw, that was kind of like a bang-bang play. Kind of couldn't stop, ran into him. It wasn't anything, extra or anything like that.
And they give it to Gatz up the middle. This time he's got positive yardage. Give him about 3 yards. Shepard there on the tackle. Also Doherty again.
Brought down by number 54, Doherty, and number 8, Shepard.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Thunder.
2nd and 7.
7-0 LP. We're under 8 minutes to go in this 1st quarter. Week 6 of the high school football season. LP 3-2. Woodstock North, no wins and 5 losses. And they run a counter play to the big guy, Justin Van Acker. And he ran right into the Cavalier defender. Looked like Antonio Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, the linebacker, brings down Justin Van Acker, a big guy, almost like a tight end. He wears a tight end type number in 87. And he got the handoff on the counter, and no gain on the play.
6'3", 200 pounds. Oh, that is a big guy.
Rodriguez brought him down, though. Took him on head on. And it's 3rd and 7 now. Their quarterback drops back, throwing over the middle, off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Fabio Velasco. And that's an incomplete pass thrown by Jay Zinnin, their quarterback.
They got really lucky because he tipped it.
Yep.
And Mason Lynch was right there. He was just like a fingertip short of getting an interception as he dove for the ball.
And we've seen Mason, he had an interception here at Howard Fellows in the end zone a few weeks ago. And speaking of him, he's back to return this punt. So Lynch will stand out his own 30. Woodstock North going to have to punt it. They got a 1st down via a penalty on LP. It's a short snap. The punter gets it away. A lot of air underneath it. And Lynch is bumped into. And they're going to let it go. The Lynch got bumped into and knocked over, but they let it go. They didn't take it. They thought he was diving a little bit, but either way, the Cavaliers will take it at their own 37-yard line. So good starting field position for LP on their 2nd drive of the night. They lead 7-0 over the Woodstock North Thunder.
Can we substitute refs and get the guy with the dreads on that side of the field?
Yeah, you gotta love seeing an official with some dreadlocks.
It's awesome.
Don't see it too often. And obviously much has been made about official shortage. I know Hall had to change 2 of their games, so it's good to see a crew of 5 out there tonight. And Whitfield's going to keep it. Sean is tackled short of the 40 at about the 39-yard line, close to the 40.
We definitely need some more refs, umpires. Give the older guys a little rest, but they can't even get that now because there's not even guys to fill in around them.
Hopefully that changes and we get more and more officials. 2nd down and 7. I have a feeling it will change as soon as some behaviors of fans change. 2nd down, and I'm sure there's a correlation there. 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard run from Sean Whitfield. About halfway through the first quarter, 7-0 LP. Cavaliers with the ball.
There's always a reaction to an action, right?
Yes. There's Carrico, who just puts his head down and follows his big guys up front. And Matt gets it out to the 46. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first down. To give Carrico 6 on the carry.
Nick Belsky, the lead block there, kind of pushed 2 people out of the way to get Carrico about 3-4 more yards.
So yeah, nice job by Belsky. Yeah, Carrico literally just took the ball, put his head down, and just followed his big guys like Belsky. 3rd down and short for the Cavaliers. Whitfield back to Carrico. It's just a dive, and boy, it's going to be up to the spot. We'll see. It's close. He needed a full yard.
The Thunder had 5 guys right there to bottle him up.
Very little gain on the play. It appears to be 4th and inches.
4th and inches, yeah, so they say Carrico short. LP, I would assume, will go for it. You would think they'll at least try a hard count. Whitfield's pretty good at that, trying to draw the defense offside. But I would think, too, LP's got enough confidence in their defense to go ahead and take some chances on offense.
It's
so let's
half a yard.
Right.
And you got a guy like Carrico.
Or Whitfield. Let's see if Whitfield calls his own number. No, it's Carrico. And Brandon, you're right on it. Matt had plenty of push there. In fact, he got on just on the other side of midfield near the 49 of Woodstock North. So give him a good 4 yards on the carry.
Like a 4 or 5 yard gainer on a 4-and-1, 4.5. That wasn't even a full yard. That was a half a yard.
So 1st and 10 LP. They move the chains at the Thunder 49-yard line. 7-0 Cavs. In motion is Walker. Whitfield on the option. Boy, gives it up late to Walker, or a Hunter, and Trayvon turns it inside. Gets it down to the 45. About 4, they'll say 3 yards at the 46. Man, Whitfield just barely got that pitch off in time. It was almost a direct lateral by the time he pitched it to Trayvon Hunter.
Heads up play from him, and then Trayvon Hunter showing his athleticism to get a couple yards out of that. What seemed like a busted up play.
Yeah, 2nd down and 7, got positive yards. We're under 4 minutes to go here in the first. 7-0 LP. The Cavaliers on the move. Carrico behind Whitfield. Walker goes in motion. Whitfield's going to run the option. Sean turns it inside. 40. He's got the corner. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Keeps his feet. Touchdown LP. No flags on the play. A 46-yard run by Sean Whitfield. He saw the opening, turned the corner, and as Brandon mentioned, once he turned the corner, he only had one guy to beat, and he beat him with speed. That is a Town and Country Services touchdown. Doing whatever it takes 24/7. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. 46-yard touchdown run by Sean Whitfield at 3:30 of the first quarter. Cavaliers up 13-0 with a Shepherd PAT upcoming. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good as well. And that is another extra point for LP. That's brought to you by Financial Plus Credit Union. They belong to you, and that's the plus at Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. 14-0 LP over Woodstock North. 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step aside and come right back on 103.9 WLPO. And we're back here at Howard Fellows Stadium. Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance from Howard Fellows Stadium. And the kick by Shepherd is returned by Woodstock North to their own 26-yard line. 14-0 LP. 3:24 to go in the first. Homecoming 2021 for the Cavs. The homecoming king, big part of this LP football team, and Aiden Van Duzer. And they run up the middle. That was Henry Getz. And he's tackled by Hunter and Swain for the Cavaliers. Gets it out to the 30, so gain about 4 on the play. Last week against Ottawa, Getz had 2 touchdowns, 190 yards total, so he's capable of breaking some big ones. In fact, he had a 79-yard run against Ottawa. But this Cavalier defense is pretty stout. Even with Sycamore last week, the Cavaliers gave up nothing in the second half against the Spartans.
They don't allow big runs at all.
Oh, there's a fumble. It's on the turf, and I think the Cavaliers got it, Brandon. Looks like, yep, the recovery made by Carter Walters.
Cavs got it back.
There was a fumbled exchange by Woodstock North. And number 52, Carter Walters.
Just didn't put his hands where he needed to grab the ball, and you could see it kind of waffle out. Did the end-to-end, and LP picked it up.
Nice job by Carter Walters with the fumble recovery. Defensive lineman for the Cavs, and the Cavalier offense right back on the field. And yeah, we told you, we thought our Jeff Perry key to the game was to get out early, get out front. You got to believe that some doubt will start sinking in with Woodstock North and the Cavaliers. A great start here, 14-0, and they got a really good chance to get on the board again starting this drive at the Thunder 30-yard line. Whitfield's going to pass. Throwing over the middle, tipped. Nice play by the defender. He was looking for Ozzie Hernandez again, and that was Justin Van Acker, who's 6'3", so he didn't have to reach up too high to tip that one away. Hernandez probably would have had a catch and a first down, but instead it goes as an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 for the Cavs.
I'm guessing he's a senior leader. His secondary got him listed as a linebacker, so I'm sure he can hit somebody at 6'3", 200, and he's taking carries as well.
Would think he's a basketball player. 6'3", 200 pounds. Never know, but one would guess. Whitfield with the long pitch, and the runner turns it inside. That was Billy Minnie. Haven't called Billy's name too often this year. He gets it down to the 25, and give Billy 5 yards on that pitch play from Whitfield and Meany. And the Cavaliers looking at a 3rd down and 5 now at the 25 of Woodstock North. This is the first of 2 Woodstock, the Woodstock, I guess, 2-game series. Woodstock North home tonight, and then Woodstock High on the road next Friday. 3rd down and 5. In motion is Walker. Whitfield's going to keep it. Sean's got the first down, looking for blocks. He evades a defender and is going to get in. Touchdown. No flags on the play. That's Whitfield's 2nd touchdown of the night. 25-yard run. And LP making it look easy here so far. Up 20-0, courtesy of 2 straight touchdown runs now by the senior quarterback Sean Whitfield. That one from 25 yards away. And boy, again, just when he got to the outside, one defender dove for him, and that was it. He was into the house, so LP takes advantage of the turnover.
He's too fast, and you could see the LP blocks just kind of destroying anything that the defense was trying to do. 3 touchdowns for Sean Whitfield, 1 passing, 2 rushing. Already, we're still in the first quarter.
Extra point is good. That is a Financial Plus Credit Union extra point. They belong to you, and that's the Plus, a Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. And of course, that LP touchdown brought to you by Town & Country Services, doing whatever it takes 24/7, plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the kickoff. LP 21-0 over Woodstock North. Back here at Howard Fellows Stadium, LP leading 21-0 over Woodstock North, and there's a kickoff by Shepard, and he went out of bounds. So that will be a penalty, and Woodstock North will have their best starting field position of the night at the 35-yard line.
Thunder will have it 1st and 10 from their own 35.
21-0. It's been all LP here on homecoming. Couldn't ask for a better start for the Cavaliers.
This is exactly how you want your homecoming game to go for, or how you want it to turn out, whether you're a fan, coach, player. This is exactly what you want. 21-0, still a minute 42 left in the first. Got to get my numbers right here. First quarter.
Oh, the quarterback is hammered. He fumbles it again. He was hit hard by Luke Murtis. Woodstock North fell on that one. It was the guy that's been there for him all night long so far, Justin Van Acker. LP Murtis hammered their quarterback, and it is a 3-yard loss, but boy, averting disaster for Woodstock North. LP almost had another turnover. It's second down and 14 now for the Thunder at their own 31-yard line.
That could have been disastrous for the Thunder because they only ran one play last possession, and they wouldn't have even ran one. They'd give it up again.
And they're going to pass. The quarterback scrambles, and he throws incomplete. He was looking for Van Acker. Nice coverage by Lynch, also in the area. Ethan Bell for LP. Their quarterback, Zinnin, tried to zing it in there to Van Acker, but nice job by the LP secondary. And it's 3rd and 14 now for the Thunder.
They try to feed the needle there, just too many Cavaliers in the way.
You got to think LP's defense will bring in the heat here in a passing situation for Woodstock North. I wonder if they're going to try maybe another screen pass. Nope. Oh, and a sack. He had no time to throw. Joey Shepard with the sack. He was in the backfield in a hurry, and he brought down Jay Zinnin for a loss. So Joey Shepard with the sack for the Cavaliers. And just like that, it's 3 and out. Woodstock North going to have to punt it away at their own 24-yard line.
He was through that line super fast.
Yeah.
They hiked it, and bam, he was right there.
So Shepard's 3 for 3 on extra points, and he can add a sack. How about that? Your kicker with a sack. Not too many teams probably can say that.
I think he's trying to build a player of the game resume here.
Yeah, he is. There's a punt, and almost was blocked. Putting the heat on was Byron Verdun, and the punt goes out of bounds, and LP's going to have another great spot to start their drive. It's going to be at the 36 of Woodstock North. Byron Verdun almost got home to block that.
He was a half a fingertip away. It wasn't even a full fingertip. It was like a half. He was right there.
21-0 LP, 11.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So the Cavaliers will have one more play, one would think, before the end of the quarter.
I mean, the way that Whitfield's been running, you might give it to him. 36 yards, that's like his average right now.
He's had runs of 46 and 25, touchdown runs. Cavaliers 1st and 10 at the Thunder 36-yard line.
They're definitely playing the run defensively.
Now Whitfield's going to pass. He's in trouble. Sean will throw, and he finds the receiver. That's Hernandez, who came back and got it down to the 17-yard line. 19-yard gain on the pass play, and the Cavaliers are back in the Illinois Valley Credit Union red zone. Illinois Valley Credit Union now offering Visa cards with interest rates as low as 9.9%. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle, Bureau, or Putnam County, you can become an IVCU member. See more now at IVCU.com. Well, that's the end of the first quarter, and the Cavaliers will start the second quarter in the IVCU red zone, looking to add on to a 21-0 lead. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance, homecoming 2021. Back with more Cavalier football after this.
All right, are you getting any audio at all?
No audio yet.
All right, I know he's working on it, and the game audio has gone from bad to good to bad to good, so they're working on it. And I'll put you back on hold, and I'm going to check again in just a minute, all right?
All right, thank you, sir.
See if you get anything now. Anything?
No, nothing.
Okay, all right. Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, coming back.
Second quarter underway, and Matt Carrico gets the ball, and Matt gets a couple yards down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 2 for Carrico, 2nd down and 8. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChante's back here at Howard Fellows Stadium. The Cavaliers in the IBCU red zone, leading 21-0 and looking to make this a 4-score game here early on. Whitfield back under center.
I was going to say, going back to the bread and butter, Carrico straight up the middle.
There's Walker who gets a pitch, and Corey is tripped up. He almost got the corner, but a nice tackle made by Woodstock North's Mason Cromaldi. And Corey got down to about the 12, so 3 yards for Corey Walker. 3rd and 5 for LP now. And they spot it, right around the 12-yard line, left hash mark. Cavaliers moving north to south right now at Howard Fellows Stadium.
Walker would have just been like an inch of the one side or the other and not hit the guy. He may have gotten into the end zone. There was nobody over there, really.
Walker goes in motion. Whitfield's going to run the option. Sean turns it up, and he spins ahead. He's got a 1st down to about the 6-yard line of Woodstock North. The ball may have came out, but an official right away said he was down. So that's a gain of 6, and LP will have it 1st and goal at the Woodstock North 6-yard line.
When Whitfield decides to keep it, his body language and the way he can fake defenses out. I don't know if you noticed there. He put a foot there, and then he went the other way, shook like 3 defenders, and got probably like 4 or 5 yards just because of that move. And he does it a lot. Almost every time he takes the ball for himself, does a little body language adjustments and throws off defenses.
Very shifty is Sean Whitfield, no doubt, and with plenty athleticism to go. Whitfield's going to keep it again, and Sean's reaching, lunging for that goal line. He'll be turned back. Oh, no, they're going to say he got in. Okay, Whitfield gets in. He kept fighting for it, and he gets in from 6 yards out. And Whitfield with his 3rd touchdown of the night, and we are only 2 minutes into the second quarter. That one a 6-yard touchdown run, far shorter than his other 2, but counts just the same. And that is another Town and Country Services touchdown, doing whatever it takes 24/7. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. Shepard with the PAT. It is up, and it is good. And that is another Financial Plus Credit Union extra point. They belong to you, and that's the plus at Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. So the Cavaliers are rolling here on homecoming. We're just 2 minutes into the second quarter, and LP leads 28-0 over Woodstock North. Let's take a check of a scoreboard updates. Again, some games going on, including Princeton, who they are leading 14-0 over Sterling Newman. That one in the first quarter. Sherrard Mendota up on Sherrard 18-0 at the end of 1.
We want to keep in conference. Morris is defeating Caneland 7-0.
All right, that's a big one. Morris and Caneland.
7:07 in the first. 2
powerhouses there. That's up in Maple Park. At last check, St. beat over Bureau Valley after the first quarter 13-7. So that is our Subway scoreboard update. Subway in Spring Valley, Peru, LaSalle, Marseilles, and Oglesby. Enjoy a sandwich made with freshly baked bread and fresh ingredients right in front of your eyes. Subway, eat fresh. Kickoff by Shepard is dropped at about the 5-yard line. And the Thunder return is going to be brought down at the 10. Luke Murtis on the coverage gave him really no running room. 44 tackled 44. Murtis for LP, Jacob Bond for the Thunder of Woodstock North. So great coverage on the kick by LP, and Woodstock North will start this drive at their own 11.
We were talking about this before we came on air about how awesome the name the Thunder is.
Yeah,
I like it as a team name. It's awesome. But the defense, special teams playing really well for LP, not letting them get extra anything.
Oh. Here is handoff. There's Getz off left tackle. And Swain was at the top of the pile. Getz gets it out across the 15-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Second down and 5 coming up.
5-yard gain in the play is 2nd and 5. Under on their own 15-yard line.
So the Cavaliers having the best of it so far.
So far right now, Woodstock North only has 2 yards of offense.
Oof. This Cavaliers defense is very, but as soon as I was going to sing their praises, the Cavaliers end up in the neutral zone, and that's going to give Woodstock North a first down. I believe, Brandon, both Woodstock North first downs in this game have become because of LP penalties.
That is correct. There was the roughing the passer down on the other end of the field, and then this one.
So that will give the Thunder a first down. They'll move it out to the 21-yard line. A little overzealous on the line for the Cavaliers. They're kind of sharks in the water right now on defense.
LP has given them 20 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
That is 18 more yards than they've been able to pick up offensively.
And that was another run by, looked like Getz again. And he gets about 3, second down and 7. Henry Getz, a 5'10" senior. Running back, linebacker, must also be an emergency quarterback.
You can see from here he's strong and fast.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the athleticism in him from here.
He's a lone back behind the quarterback as they run a similar set here with a triple option look that LP brings. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's got running room up the middle. Near the first down marker was Zinnin. He kind of surprised the Cavalier defense, kept it, and he does get the first down. So there is their first down of the night. That was not courtesy of an LP penalty. The Thunder move it out to their own 32-yard line. The quarterback keeper by Jay Zinnin. Coming down 8 minutes to go in the first half, 28-0. LP with the lead.
It's a nice 8-yard gainer for their quarterback.
One of the bigger gains. There's Getz, runs into a wall. Got back to the line of scrimmage at most.
That was actually the biggest play of the game so far for them, 8 yards. Getz has one run of 5 yards, so that was the biggest one of the game for him.
Warren Morwicki made the tackle, big defensive tackle. Warren Morwicki, and no gain. Well, maybe they'll give him really no gain. They still mark it at the 32 after the tackle by Morwicki.
Scoreboard was just being generous.
They were
trying to give him a yard.
They've since changed it. Second down and 10. Zinnin straight drop back passing. He's in trouble now. They run a screen to Getz, and he goes down immediately. That was Rodriguez again. Getz was kind of stumbling when he caught the ball, and a nice open field tackle made by Antonio Rodriguez, and no gain again on the play. So the Thunder looking at a 3rd and 10 now at their own 32-yard line.
That was how defensive coaches teach tackling.
Yes.
He went right at him, body, pushed him on the ground, it was over.
Nice play by the linebacker Rodriguez. 3rd down and 10. Rodriguez and Swain, pretty formidable linebackers for this LP defense.
Swain, another name we've said a million times because he's involved in every play.
And they're going to throw over the middle, and it is caught. Making the catch for Woodstock North, Jacob Bond over the middle, and that's the biggest play of the night for Woodstock North. Lynch was back there in coverage. So first down for Jacob Bond, and that's down to the LP 48-yard line. So Woodstock North gets there by far their biggest play on offense of this game. And some new life for the Thunder. 1st and 10 at the LP 48-yard line. Zinnin under center. And he's going to get back to Getz, who has a nice running room off right tackle. He's going to be brought down from behind. That was Perrell and Lynch there, and that's not good because those are your safeties making the tackle. And that's a gain, first down gain down to the Cavalier 37-yard line. So Woodstock North finding something here on this drive.
I hope we weren't the Bears of bad news and like jinx stuff. Now Woodstock North making a little charge here.
You know, they're 0-5. They have not been shut out this year, by the way. There's Getz off right tackle. Murtis was holding on to when Luke is able to bring him down at about the 35-yard line. Gain of 2 for Getz. He's a workhorse. There's no doubt about it. They mark it at the LP 35-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Thunder. We're down to 5:25 to go in the second quarter. 28-0 LP.
We've seen LP make stops at all times of the game, even after long drives from the opposition, make some plays to stop the drive. They still have plenty of time and plenty of room.
And there's a handoff, and the first LP defender there was Thomas Zebron. And it was Getz again. Nice job by Zebron, hitting him at the line of scrimmage.
And then 3 other guys just kind of jumped on and pushed him back.
No gain on the play.
I guess I should say stand still because he didn't get any forward progress.
So it'll be 3rd down and long for Woodstock North, 3rd and 8. Got to believe they're figuring this is 4-down territory. As they're trailing 28-0. Zinnin under center. Getz in the backfield. Straight drop back for Zinnin. Throwing over the middle. Caught. Man, they had 2 LP defenders on top of it, and that was Van Acker again, 87. Rodriguez was there. So was Swain, the linebackers. And he gets about 6. It's going to be 4th down and a long 2 for Woodstock North. So nice job by Rodriguez. Swain bringing Van Acker, a big guy, down right away. 4th down and a long 2 for the Thunder. We're under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Van Acker doing a little bit of everything for the Thunder.
Him and Getz, yeah. And they're going to go back to Getz, and he breaks a tackle. And I still think he's going to be stopped short. He broke an initial tackle in the backfield, but it looks like he's going to be short, and he is. Doherty's going to get the tackle. He needed a long 2 and got a short 2, I would say, or a long, maybe barely over a yard gain. Either way, it's a turnover on downs. Cavaliers have the football back. They turn Woodstock North away. By far the Thunder's best drive of the night so far.
Got like a 1/3 of a yard.
Yeah.
that was interesting. We're going to have to start bringing little rulers out there.
1st down and 10, Cavaliers at their own 28. They have all their timeouts. Try to get some more points here. Whitfield looking for room. Sean still on his feet. And he's got to run out near the 1st down. Looks like he's got 10 yards.
He's trying to show Jay Zinnin how to get it done.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a quarterback and keep the ball.
Well, Jay may not have the same offensive line that Sean has.
That is also very true. There's some big uglies for LP that push everybody out of the way.
And Van Acker makes the tackle, so he continues his great play for Woodstock North. 10-yard run by Whitfield. Cavaliers come out of the huddle with 3:15 to go. Again, 3 timeouts to use. You got to think they're going to try to get another touchdown here in before the break. There's a handoff to Carrico. Matt was brought down at about the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 for Carrico.
He was on the ground, and I thought I seen his legs still moving.
Yep.
Like he was still trying to gain yards. Got to keep the legs moving. I guess even on the ground. Why not?
Carrico, that's Carrico's running style. The legs are always moving until the whistle blows. 2nd down and 7 for the Cavaliers. 2:30 to go in the half. Let's see if they go to the air here.
Might be a good call. I could see it happening.
And Whitfield's going to keep it. And Sean's got a nice gain out near midfield. He's got the 1st down. Needed 7 and got 8. So the clock will stop as the chains move. 1st and 10 LP at their own 49-yard line.
So far, that's been the money call for them. Just give it to Whitfield, whether he goes up the middle or does a couple jukes and hits the outside, but it is gaining monster yardage for him every time they do it.
1st and 10, coming down to 2 minutes in the first half. No 2-minute warning in high school football.
Think they should implement that?
No, that's okay. You think they would do it in college first if they would do it. Whitfield, another quarterback keeper, and another first down for the Cavs. Down to the 40-yard line of Woodstock North. Give Whitfield 11 more on that carry.
We do have enough stoppage in games anyway.
Yes. Yeah, because the high school already the clock does stop for the change. That does not happen in the NFL. The clock continues to move regardless of the chain gang. First and 10, LP at the 40 of Woodstock North. Minute 30 to go in the first half. Oh.
There was guys jumping everywhere. They didn't blow a whistle.
And Whitfield just picks it up. Not sure what happened there. Both teams were confused. The LP center snapped it and hardly anybody moved. Whitfield went ahead and grabbed the football and doesn't get any gain.
That was weird. I thought there was for sure going to be a flag or a whistle. I saw a Thunder lineman on the other side. I saw a Cav lineman kind of jump.
So no flags. Second down and 10. The clock stops because Whitfield was tackled out of bounds. Second down and 10, LP at the 40 of Woodstock North. In motion is Walker. Whitfield a straight drop back. Looking, has wide open. Oh, and he dropped it. He dropped it. That was Malik Madrigal, who had a big drop, I think, in week 1 against Morton, or had a potential touchdown. Malik got behind the defense and just dropped it. And it'll be third down and 10. So that would have been a touchdown. But see if LP can just do it again. Third down and 10 coming up for the Cavs.
That's one of those typical, you're trying to move before you catch the ball. He was thinking end zone, I'm there. There's nobody around me. You got to catch the ball first.
Almost two, you said two open. And Malik, go to him again before this night's over and try to shake that off. That's the best way to do it. He's got the size advantage over the cornerback. Whitfield dropping back. Sean has got a lot of room to run. He's going to throw.
Goes the other side.
It is incomplete. It was dropped.
Looks like Corey
Walker. So, yeah, another drop. Whitfield threw it out to Walker, but Walker could not bring it in. Fourth down and 10 now, LP. It's really too close to punt. So I would think they're going to go for it. .53 seconds to go here in the first half. You're listening to LP Cavalier Football, 103.9 FM, 1220 AM, WLPO, LaSalle-Peru, Oglesby.
What would you do here? I mean, they're trying to throw the ball, but Whitfield's been running really well.
And straight drop back pass for Sean. He's rolling out to his right. He's got a lot of room to run. Anyway. Let's see if he can get there. Yep, he's got the first down and runs out of bounds. He's angled out of bounds at the 27-yard line. We have a great vantage point from where we're at to see that side of the field and wide open. He had one linebacker out there, and he was faster than the linebacker Getz. And Getz was able to force Sean out of bounds. But Whitfield gets the first down, and the clock stops with 51 seconds to go. First and 10 at the 28 of Woodstock North.
My crystal ball and I have been in good sync so far today.
Yeah, he said in Whitfield, what? I know we'll go over some numbers. We'll save it for half. But
he's got to be over 100.
No, for sure over 100. And LP's going to use their first timeout of the half. 28-0. LP over Woodstock North.
I mean, he was at 71 in 2 touchdown runs at 46 and 25.
So timeout here on the field. Woodstock North trying to stay in this one, but the Cavaliers up 28-0, and we'll have it first and 10 at the 27 of the Thunder. We'll be on the road. Mention that next week at Woodstock High. They are 2-3. Woodstock North is 0-5. This year, Woodstock North opened on the road against a Salem, Wisconsin team, and they lost 40-20. Then they lost at Harvard 34-22. Hosted Morris in week 3 and got hammered 56-12. Then they went to Canelan, lost 56-21, and last week lost at home to Ottawa 36-21. And it doesn't get any easier for Woodstock North. Next week they welcome in Sycamore.
Not an easy team to play.
No, LP knows all about that. Yeah. And we'll try to get a Sycamore score. They have an interesting matchup against Richmond Burton, which it's a smaller school, but they are a powerhouse school for, I think, a 4A.
I believe they're undefeated too.
I think they've won some state titles, yeah. That run was by Whitfield. Sean gets it down to the 24. The clock's running. Oh, LP's going to use their second timeout. Whitfield down to, actually they'll mark it at the 24. It's a gain of 3 for Whitfield. Some of the other games in the conference, at least, I don't think they've won over just the conference games tonight. Ottawa hosting Woodstock, Morris at Canelan, mentioned Sycamore home to Richmond Burton. And another game that's of interest to LP is our two non-conference games to begin the year, Metamora and Morton. They're playing one another tonight in Morton. So be interested to see how that comes out. I think Metamora is still undefeated. And Morton is 3-2 coming into that game. So if you're LP, you want Metamora and Morton to keep winning, as that improves your resume when it comes to playoff selection time.
Those playoff points are very key.
Yep.
You want to play good teams, and if you lose to them, you get those 5 wins, you know it all makes up for it in the long run.
And those are 2 quality opponents that LP had to start the year with, Metamora and Morton. Whitfield straight drop back. Sean's got plenty of time. Throwing incomplete, looking for Trayvon Hunter. And on the coverage was Jacob Gilbata. Just incomplete.
Overthrew it just a tad, kind of out of his reach, and he had a defender right there that would have met him.
So 3rd and 7 for the Cavaliers. Clock stops at 32.6 seconds to go. Homecoming for the Cavaliers. We'll go over the homecoming court at halftime. The dance being held outdoors this year.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully they enjoy it.
Hopefully the weather's okay, obviously. Whitfield with a run. Sean gets about 2. And Cavaliers are going to use their final timeout with 27 seconds to go. So it'll be 4th down and about 5 for the Cavaliers. The first down markers at the Woodstock North 17-yard line.
Talking about an outdoor homecoming, if it's anything like the weather is right now, I would love to be involved in that. This weather is amazing for this football game.
Yeah, our first night it was warm, and last week the second half was a soaking affair with the rain coming down hard in Sycamore. But other than that, I have not complained yet about a cold evening, I know.
Not at all.
We had a few games in the spring that were a little chilly by time they ended. But, you know, those, of course, if you're LP, Brandon, you hope you're playing deep into October and November, so you hope you have some cold games. But at that point, you're playing in a Saturday afternoon where you hope it's at least a little warmer during the day.
At that point, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, it means the cold games that you're successful. That's exactly what that means.
And if you're playing in the snow, you're really doing something. 4th down, and Whitfield's going to pass. Sean's rolling left. He's going to look to throw. He's going to run with it. And he's got the first down out of bounds at the 15 of Woodstock North. So give Whitfield 9 yards on that run. Yeah, Whitfield's got such athleticism that he can at any time really pull the ball down knowing he's going to get the first down, and the line gives him enough time too to still look for receivers. The clock stops. LP once again inside the Illinois Valley Credit Union red zone.
They have played this clock really well.
Yeah.
The way they're getting first downs, they're getting out of bounds, the way they're using their timeouts. Well coached by Jose Medina and well played by the Cavaliers.
1st and 10 LP at the 15 of Woodstock North. 19.7 left in the first half. Whitfield back to pass, throwing in the flat. It's incomplete. Pass was low. Looked like Carrick, nope, out of the backfield. That was Billy Minnie. And just incomplete, a little too low on the toss from Whitfield to Minnie.
Minnie even tried the baseball slide to get underneath it, and just a little too low.
Might not, you know what, when you think about it, Brandon, because if he would have caught that, he would have been down and the clock would have been running. So
it's true.
Actually, probably a good thing that that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Because they would have really had to hurry up and try to spike the ball.
Yeah, with 15.5 seconds on the clock.
So that's actually probably the best outcome of that pass, that it went incomplete.
I wonder if Whitfield agrees with you.
Sean's looking in the corner, and there's another. He throws that short to Hunter. So Trayvon was the intended receiver. 3rd and 10 now, LP, 11.2 seconds to go. Cavaliers again in the IVCU Credit Union red zone, looking to add to their 28-0 lead.
They've done, kind of what they set out to do. They've been running the ball.
Yeah.
Passing plays have been working. Special teams defense has played well. They're doing everything they need to do to have a 28-0 lead.
Whitfield going to throw. He thought about running. Now he's going to run it again. Throwing in the end zone. He's got a man. And it was caught. Touchdown. Trayvon Hunter with the touchdown. Whitfield scrambled long enough to allow Trayvon Hunter to get open in the end zone. And that's another Town and Country Services Cavalier touchdown with 1.1 second to go in this first half. Hunter, 15-yard touchdown reception from Sean Whitfield. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. Town and Country Services Cavalier touchdown.
That was very impressive, the way he was able to scramble. He came one side to the other side, found a guy open in the end zone. That was a great quarterback play to keep a play going.
Joey Shepard adds the Financial Plus Credit Union extra point. And it is all LP leading 35-0 over Woodstock North. We'll keep it right here for pretty much one play. And then we'll go into the halftime break. Brandon will have some numbers. I'll go over the scoring summary. And also during halftime, we'll have a second half adjustment, which is looking almost like just make sure everybody gets healthy to next week at this point. And we'll also have a Subway scoreboard update, and we'll again go over some of the LP homecoming activities as well.
I liked your cue for me to get the calculator out.
Oh,
okay, with your numbers, you better add them up.
Last week, unfortunately for LP, the calculator really wasn't needed, so it's nice to have big numbers offensively for the Cavaliers tonight. 35-0. LP with the lead over Woodstock North. 1.1 seconds to go here in the first half. See if Shepard just kicks a squibber. And he does kick a little squibber onside kick almost, and Woodstock North recovers it, but that's the end of the half. Big half for the Cavaliers on homecoming. They are in cruise control right now, leading Woodstock North 35-0. We'll be back with some first half numbers after this on your home for LP Cavalier football, 103.9 WLPO. Jeremy Aiken back here, Brandon LaChance from Howard Fellows Stadium. And it is 35-0. The Cavaliers lead at the half. Here is the scoring summary. Cavaliers get on the board at 8:52 of the first quarter. A 35-yard pass play. Sean Whitfield to Ozzie Hernandez. The PAT added by Joey Shepard. And then the Cavaliers score again in the first quarter at 3:30. Whitfield, a 46-yard run. Shepard added the PAT. Cavaliers were not done in the first quarter with 1:42 to go. Whitfield, a 25-yard run. Shepard added the PAT. 21-0 LP after the first. Cavaliers put up 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter. Whitfield, a 6-yard run. Shepard the PAT at 9:55. And then with 1.1 second to go in the first half, Trayvon Hunter got open in the end zone, 15 yards from Whitfield. Shepard added the PAT. 1 turnover in the first half. It was a fumble handoff by Woodstock North, and the fumble was recovered by the Cavaliers' Carter Walters. So there's your scoring and turnover summary. 35-0 Cavaliers. And I'll turn over my partner now. As long as you're ready, Brandon, I know a lot of numbers in the first half, but fortunately, pretty much all the numbers in LP's favor.
They're all Cavaliers numbers. Sean Whitfield actually has a majority of them. He is a one-man juggernaut. Well, don't tell his line that because they're doing an awesome job. But on the ground, 14 carries, 148 yards. 3 touchdowns. In between his 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, as he's 3 of 7 for 69 yards. So 2 out of his 3 passes are touchdown grabs. That's amazing. On the ground, besides Whitfield, not a lot of huge numbers. Matt Carrico, 7 rushes for 27 yards. But defensively, they're keeping Woodstock out of the end zone and from moving the chains, except that one drive. Their star running back, Henry Getz, 10 carries for 30 yards. They only have 54 total yards of offense, and most of it was in that one drive.
So there you go. The numbers tell the story for sure. 35-0 LP leading Woodstock North. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll bring you some of the performance by the LP band and the Cavalettes as well. Everybody having a good time here at Howard Fellows Stadium. 35-0 Cavaliers over the Thunder. You're listening to LP football on 103.9 WLPO.
Good stuff.
Jeremy Aiken back here at Howard Fellows Stadium. The Cavaliers leading Woodstock North 35-0. Again, it is homecoming week for the LP Cavaliers. And congratulations to Analia Flores of Peru, Aiden Van Duzer of LaSalle. They were named the 2021 Homecoming King and Queen during the variety show held Monday night. The full homecoming court this year for LP includes seniors Ivy Sons, Cassie George, Sarah Peters, Cooper Vasky, Chris Swain, and Trayvon Hunter. Juniors Chloe Mitchell, Taylor Martin, Emma Garrettson, Max Wirtz, Billy Minnie, and Tommy Hartman. Sophomores Ella Rafe and Nolan Van Duzer, and freshmen Callie Murtis and Andy Medina. So congratulations to the homecoming court, and very cool. And again, what's left for the homecoming game? Well, the homecoming dance, and it won't be at AJ Sillett Gym this year. It will be at the LP Sports Complex tomorrow night starting at 7 o'clock. So hopefully the rain stays away. 35-0 LP over Woodstock North. Let's step aside and let you enjoy some of the halftime show here with the LP Marching Band. Nice job by the LP Marching Cavaliers. Here, Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance back at Howard Fellows Stadium. And it is 35-0 LP with the lead over Woodstock North. And again, we'll be on the road next Friday night. LPs will be on the road at Woodstock High School on Friday night. So that'll be a Week 7 game as the Cavaliers hopefully will see that game as one where they can make them playoff eligible with the win. 5 wins get you eligible. Obviously, you always want more, but at least get 5 and go from there.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. You can't just, hey, I'm going to get 7 wins and, hope that happens. I think as a football team, especially high school, you look at 5 wins as the mark, and then you go from there. 6, obviously, the automatic qualifying for the playoffs. And then, anything else is just extra icing on top to make it look good. But I know LP has got 5 in store, and, they take this game, get that next one, and they're right there.
So the Cavaliers well in control of this one, 35-0 over the Woodstock North Thunder. Probably about 10 minutes away from the second half. We'll give you some of the Cavalettes halftime performance here, and when that is over, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with our second half adjustment, do a Subway scoreboard update, and set the stage. 35-0 LP. Let's enjoy the LP Cavalettes.
For your Cavaliers. And now it's time for the Superman T-shirt toss. Get on your feet and make some noise if you want a free T-shirt.
Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaShaw's back here at Howard Fellows Stadium, and the Cavaliers leading 35-0 over Woodstock North. And time now for our second half adjustment. And I think, Brandon, we kind of mentioned it, that second half adjustment brought to you by Abacus Tax and Accounting Services. Keep your business winning with Abacus Tax and Accounting Services. Find out more at abacustaxsv.com. Up 35-0 in full control. I think just keep doing what you're doing and try to get that 40-point threshold and get some other players in the game at this point.
Yeah, at this point, your starters, the guys that you look for to do things, did things. Now it's 35-0. Now it's time to give the guys that maybe not get as many looks or touches or playing time on the field, let them get in and do their thing and try to keep the goose egg. Because now they have something to play for as well, because every team, if you got a shutout going, you want to keep it that way. So they're going to be just as excited, just as motivated to play as the first unit was.
A couple flags and well, that's a negative for LP. A horse collar tackle on the opening kickoff of the second half. That's really been the only downer, I guess, for LP. They've had a few penalties and two personal fouls in this one. They had a roughing the passer early on, and that one goes as a horse collar tackle. So that'll be a 15-yard mark off.
Those are instant killers, 15 yards. That's a first down and a half every time that you do something like that.
Yeah, they move it out to the 36-yard line. So here's Woodstock North. First possession for them of this second half. And they go right back to Getz, and he's brought down by Swain. Also in there for the Cavaliers was Byron Verdun.
This wind is picked up.
Yeah, it has. Yep, definitely a nice breeze, a steady breeze at the moment. Hopefully there's no rain coming in. I think at last check the rain was supposed to hold off till likely after midnight. Second down and 10, no gain on the play by Getz. And there's another run, and again, not much there. Rodriguez at the bottom of the pile. Will Doherty as well. And that was Getz again.
When there's a Woodstock North run, there's a 99% chance that it's Getz.
It would seem like. They had the one handoff to Van Acker, and I know the quarterbacks ran once or twice. But yeah, Getz is the workhorse. Third down and 9 for Woodstock North. Zinnin going to pass, and he throws to Getz out of the backfield, who breaks a tackle and breaks another tackle, and he gets a first down. And Ethan Bell was the second would-be defender. Boy, give Getz a lot of credit. He pulled out of 2 or 3 different tackles there.
That was just a battle. Looked like he was fighting for his life out there.
And he gets the first down for Woodstock North. Tackled out of bounds at the Thunder 48-yard line. So I want to thank St. Margaret's Health bringing you our halftime show. Stay on top of your game with help from St. Margaret's Health and Dr. Shin. He's the Illinois Valley's only doctor certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine.
There's our guy Getz again.
He gets for 1 yard on the carry. Swain will get another tackle.
1 yard gain on the second and 9.
Second and 9 for LP. Some other scores, Subway scoreboard update. Princeton 27-0 over Newman. Mendota 13-0 over Sherrard. St. Bede 13-7 over Bureau Valley. The quarterback runs this time, Zinnin, and he is pushed out of bounds at about the 47, so give him a couple. Hall and Hall beating Kewanee right now, 14-12, and Morris doubling up Canelan in a big Interstate 8 matchup, 28-14. That's a surprise early on with Hall and Kewanee. Go Red Devils.
Yeah, that means that the defense is playing well. If Kewanee only has, this is a halftime score, so if Kewanee only has 12 at the half, and what they've been able to do to almost everybody that they've played in the 40s almost every game.
carry by Getz doesn't get much of anything, maybe a yard. It'll be 4th and 3 now. And they're going to go for it and get the first down. There's a new ball carrier, number 44. He made a catch earlier, Jacob Bond. So Woodstock North keeps the drive alive. And the ball spotted at the LP 35-yard line now.
Mendota putting in work, and Sherrard 32-0.
Trojans working towards a running clock on their homecoming. Zinnin with a handoff to Getz, and he is tackled down by Doherty again. Helping Doherty out was Shepard. Getz with about a yard on that carry. 2nd down and 9 coming up for Woodstock North.
Just imagine Hall as a team and their fan base, if they can knock off Kewanee. Kewanee going in the game 5-0, Hall 1-4. But Hall, like we said before, puts up points. They just had trouble defensively. They can hone in some stuff. They have athletes all over the field.
Yep. 2nd down and 9. It's Hall's homecoming, and they're giving their home faithful a nice show so far against Kewanee. 2nd down and 9 for Woodstock North. Zinnin going to pass, throwing, and he's got a man, but he overthrows the intended receiver, Jacob Bond. Bond was out in the flat, but Zinnin overthrew his receiver. Incomplete. 3rd down and 9 now for Woodstock North at the 34-yard line of LP.
Before the play happened, he tried to do the hard count, try to get some LP Cavaliers moving, and they stayed still, but you could see him moving his body, trying to shift, trying to get them off sides.
Woodstock North, they've gotten 2 first downs tonight via LP penalties. When it's not come easy, you try to get anything you can, whether it's penalties or not. Zinnin straight drop back pass, throwing. I think there's going to be a hold. It's intercepted at about the 20-yard line, and Shepard's going to go, or actually that's Lynch.
Mason Lynch, yep.
I don't know if you saw the exact yard line, Brandon, where he got it.
He was around the 30.
And we'll see, there's a couple flags. I thought it was in the area of a hold in the backfield. If that hold's true, then it should be an LP touchdown, but let's see what the call is. And this will be a touchdown for Shepard.
I would give him about a 70-yard, give it take a couple yards, about a 70-yard interception return.
Shepard to the house, and now he'll have to catch his breath and kick the extra point. So the penalty is declined on Woodstock North. LP now leads 41-0. So they will have a running clock now. It's another Town and Country Services Cavalier touchdown. And Shepard, oh, he got it through. It was a line drive, got it through. He's 6 for 6 tonight. And that is another extra point conversion for the Cavaliers, brought to you by Financial Plus Credit Union. They belong to you, and that's the plus. At Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. 42-0. LP with the lead over Woodstock North.
They are just doing everything right, and unfortunately for the Thunder, they just can't get anything to click, connect at all, and LP is a major factor of why they're not able to.
It's been a dominating effort from the beginning for the Cavaliers tonight. And it's 42-0. Shepard will be doing the kicking for the Cavs. And Creighton and Jacob Bond. And here's the approach by Shepard as we have a daredevil of a motorcyclist going up the hill across the way. And that kick will go out of bounds. So Woodstock North will take it over at their 35-yard line.
Is there some ramps over there? We got Evel Knievel?
No, but there's some twists and turns over there. So
oh, that is true.
Probably not the best place to be doing that. So 35-yard line where this drive will start for Woodstock North. LP leading 42-0, and once this play gets going, there will be a running clock.
Yeah, it looks like number 4. I want to thank you guys. You're doing a hell of a job. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
A 70-plus yard interception return by Shepard has given the Cavaliers. I think they're waiting for a football.
That was a great play. He read it. There was 3 guys, but 2 other guys besides Mason Lynch around there, and it just kind of fell in his hands.
There's Getz. He's running hard, and speaking of Mason Lynch, he makes the tackle.
That's with the run brought down by number 3, Lynch.
But Getz with a nice gain of about 9 yards on that play.
9-yard run on the play. It was 2nd down and 1. And 44-yard line.
2nd and 1 coming up for Woodstock North. 42-0 LP with the lead.
Getz seems like one of those guys you kind of feel bad for. He's running, he's trying his hardest, but just things are not going the way of his team.
Is in and under center, the quarterback for Woodstock North, and he's going to hand it off. There's Getz again. He's got the first down. Swain was at the bottom of the pile for LP, making the tackle. Nope, there is a flag. And let's see, it's going to go, it's LP here. And let's see, we're still waiting for the penalty call.
I don't see any reactions from any players. Usually that's a telltale sign.
Neither team is moving yet. So it's a hold on Woodstock North. LP will decline it. Oh, personal foul also on Woodstock North. So they'll accept the personal foul, I presume. Oh, 2 personal fouls on Woodstock North. Yeah. So that'll be a big mark off back to the 34-yard line of Woodstock North. So 2nd down and 11.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I was like, are they going to give him 30 yards?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
And they go back to Getz off right tackle, and he's met by 3 or 4 LP defenders. LP saying he fumbled it. And let's see who comes up with the football. Coming up with it is Chris Swain. But there's no indication yet from the officials. The LP bench is saying, and it is a turnover, so Getz has the ball stripped from him, and Swain will get the fumble recovery. So the 3rd turnover of the night for Woodstock North.
I mean, being a workhorse like he's been, I mean, you carry that ball so many times. I got 17 carries so far. You're bound to have something happen.
Must have got stripped in the pile. 1st and 10 LP. Whitfield's still in the game. And there's a handoff to Carrico. Carrico really hasn't had big yardage tonight, surprisingly. Matt gets about 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
That gain would give him 29 yards and 8 carries.
Yeah. If you would have been thought LP was winning 42-0, you would have thought Carrico obviously would have been a big part of that lead, but just haven't had to call Matt's number all that often tonight. And Whitfield's going to run the option, and Sean bounces it outside, breaks 2 tackles. He'll go down at about the 35-yard line. Lost a yard or 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 10, Cavaliers.
Yeah, Thunder's Mason Cromaldi. After the first 2 tackles didn't work, he comes just sliding into the, I guess you want to call it the slot on the side, and just wrapped him up, couldn't get anywhere.
3rd down and 10 for the Cavaliers. Whitfield rolling right. He's going to pass. Sean's in trouble. Breaks out of a tackle. He's got 2 or 3 defenders. He's way back behind the line of scrimmage. Throws, and it is dropped.
Oh, if he could have pulled that in.
Billy Minnie got behind the defense and just dropped it.
I think he was surprised that it was coming towards him.
Either going to be a personal foul or a hold way back where Whitfield was running around at the 50-yard line. I think it's going to go against the Cavaliers. Clock continues to run despite the penalty.
As a personal foul, probably out of the defense.
Oh, it's on Woodstock North. Okay. So then now they've had, what, 3 personal fouls this drive?
Yeah. They have. It's getting chippy.
Yeah, you hope not. I mean, you'd hope that wouldn't be the case.
But 0-5, you're down 42-0. You know, you've been getting beat up all season.
So after the mark-off on the penalty, that is a run by Carrico. Matt gets it down to the 9. The Cavaliers are back in the red zone. Illinois Valley Credit Union red zone. And it's a 1st down. So 1st and goal Cavaliers at the 9 of Woodstock North. And there's another handoff to Carrico. They're probably trying to get Matt into the end zone tonight. Carrico gets 3 down to the 6.
Trying to give him some love because he has been blocking too.
Yep.
Like he might not have had as many carries as he's used to, but he's blocking for Sean Whitfield to get open and get the yardage that he's been able to get.
We've played 3 from Howard Fellows Stadium. It is all LP. We'll have a continuous clock in the 4th quarter. The Cavaliers leading Woodstock North 40-0. Back with the 4th quarter after this on 103.9 WLPO. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance back here at Howard Fellows Stadium. 42-0, LP leading Woodstock North, homecoming 2021. And it's going very well for the Cavaliers on the football field tonight. Cavaliers put up 21 in the first, 14 in the second, 7 in the third, and we'll see if they have another score in them in the fourth, because they are in the IVCU red zone Second down and goal from the Woodstock North 6.
My crystal ball says Carrico at the middle.
And there he goes. And he's getting a push from his lineman. Matt's going to be kept out, though, at about the 1 yard line. He needed 6 to get in, got 5. So it'll be 3rd and goal now for the Cavaliers. Third and goal, LP at the 1. Yeah, Carrico has yet to get in the end zone. Whitfield's had 3 touchdown runs and 2 passes. And then Shepard, the other touchdown and interception return. And there's Carrico. He was tripped up, dove forward, and gets in for a Cavalier touchdown. 1 yard run with 11:20 to go in the 4th. That is another Town and Country Services Cavalier touchdown. Doing whatever it takes 24/7, plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. 48-0 LP.
That was just a tough, hard-nosed run right up the middle and just dove at the end for some extra color to get in there.
Shepard looking to stay perfect tonight on the extra points, and he does. That's another Financial Plus Credit Union extra point. They belong to you, and that's the plus at Financial Plus Credit Union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. 49-0. LP leading Woodstock North.
After this performance, our sponsor is going to have a photo of Joey Shepard next to all their advertisements. He has been lights out when he gets in the kicking situation. Hasn't missed anything, and he's looked confident.
You know, I know Whitfield obviously is definitely a contender, but Shepard's got to be right up there, Brandon, as far as player of the game. He's 7 for 7 on extra points. He's got an interception, and he had a sack in the first half, so he's done it all. Special teams, defense. And, you know, he doesn't play really offense, but he's got a touchdown along with those extra points. Obviously, remember, LP had a great kicker last year with Drake Weber. And Shepard's doing a very nice job. It's something that some teams don't have. And to be able to have a reliable kicking game is big. And hopefully it helps LP get into the playoffs this year. And there's the Shepard kick, and they're going to fake the reverse on the kick return, a little trickery, and nice tackle by Murtis.
That looked like a horse collar. It looked like he grabbed his shoulders, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, he held on to Landon Creighton and brought him down by his jersey.
Good for him, and he's glad that I'm not in the zebra shirt, because I would have called that.
The referees may swallow the whistles at this point, unless it's really something egregious.
He's not hurt. He can get up and play. I know they're not looking at it like that. I am totally kidding.
Yeah, they'll still, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But you tend to let some things go by. Maybe false starts, things like that. Cavaliers do have some reserves in on defense now, as they hand up right up the middle to Getz again. And bottom of the pile for the Cavaliers.
Because we know
Robert Sullivan.
We know Getz is not going to get a breather.
And Walters as well with a tackle. Robert has his own cheering section here. It's quite a fan reaction as Robert Sullivan's name was announced by Mike Porter, PA announcer for home games. And Mike will be back with me next week calling the game at Woodstock High. And there is Getz again off left tackle, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, and he's going to be thrown down by Carter Walters.
Picked up that first down first, though.
Or Nolan Glenn with a tackle, actually. But yeah, Getz is getting his numbers now, or trying to at least, late in this game. So Woodstock North gets a first down. Ball spotted at the Thunder 45. We're down to 9 minutes to go. And now they're going to run the pitch play. They're real speedy back. 50, 45, 40. And runs into his own guy, really. And that was Mason Cromaldi. He had some speed coming out of the backfield.
5'5", 145, just a little guy that was shifty and has afterburners even in the backfield.
Yeah. So Cromaldi showing some speed.
There was a flag on the play. They are bringing it back.
So they are not going to totally swallow the whistles here. A holding call on Woodstock North.
So they're now back at their 36. They were at the 50.
So that's deflating for sure. And they do an inside counter, and there's a hole. They ran that play once in the first half. That's their big guy, Justin Van Acker. And he's tackled by a couple LP defenders, including Caleb, or look like Tommy Hartman.
Tommy Hartman's put himself in some good positions to make some plays almost all game.
Of course, the Hartman name at LP.
Synonymous with LP football, that's for sure.
That ball spotted at the 45 of Woodstock North, 2nd down and 10.
Tyler Hartman, the starting quarterback last year.
Zach before him, great linebacker. And they do a toss, and that's going to be a 1st down again. Looks like Cromaldi, a little speedster out of the backfield. Minnie will get credit with the tackle.
10-yard gain for the little fast guy.
Nolan Glenn was also in the area.
I hate to call him the little fast guy, but that's exactly what he is.
He's brought some electricity for Woodstock North. Kind of like a Tariq Cohen kind of a, like you said, smaller in stature, but man, you get him, it's tough to tackle. You get him out with his speed.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah. They go back to their bowling ball. Getz up the middle, so that's quite a change of pace. And Getz gets about 8 yards.
And that's another great comparison. He has been a bowling ball or a wrecking ball all day.
Yeah. 2nd down and 2. Deshaun Smith with a tackle for the Cavaliers. We're down to 6:15 to go in the ball game. Again, this is going to go fast because the clock's going to run the rest of the game. And there's Cromaldi again with a pitch play. And he's going to be pushed out. Nope, stayed inbounds at the 30. And Shepard's going to bring him down from behind. Helping Shepard on the play was Thomas Zebron. But yeah, Mason Cromaldi's been getting a lot more action, been mixing it in. Almost wonder why they didn't mix him in more with Getz to start the game. I know there's some change in personnel on the LP side of the field as well, on defense right now.
But I still don't know if they had much to match with that speed. I'm not saying they couldn't catch him, but he is really, really fast.
And he got the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 at the 28 of LP. So Woodstock North trying to avoid the shutout. Of course, LP would love to have a shutout on defense, which would be their first of the year. Well, yeah, well, I guess technically 3rd because the forfeit counted 1-0. So
you got to throw it in.
Right,
there.
it's still 0. 1-0 is the score.
Nobody scored any points against
it. So clock stops, and so they will stop for a timeout. And Woodstock North took the timeout. Let's go ahead and take a break as well. 49-0 LP with 5:17 to go here. The Cavaliers over the Thunder. Back after this on 103.9 WLPO. Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance back here at Howard Fellows Stadium, and after the timeout, Woodstock North throwing a pass, and it's caught for a touchdown by Justin Van Acker. A heck of a catch by Van Acker. A nice throw by Zinnin, and the PAT is now good. So Woodstock North will avoid the shutout. Van Acker, a 28-yard touchdown catch right after the timeout. I assume that's the play they drew up in that timeout. The PAT is good, so LP will not get a shutout tonight, but they still are well in hand. 49-7. Clock stops at 5:05 to go. And let's do a little Subway scoreboard update. Cavalier fans, stop in your Subway at Spring Valley, Peru, LaSalle, Marseilles, and Oglesby. Enjoy a sandwich made with freshly baked bread and fresh ingredients right in front of your eyes. Subway, eat fresh. We got some scores, Brandon?
I got one for you. Kewanee is taking the lead over Hall, 24-22. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So that's still up for grabs. Red Devils obviously playing their hearts out, giving a state-rated unbeaten Kewanee everything they can handle and more.
Princeton leads Sterling Newman 41-0 with 3 minutes left in that game.
I would love to know when the last time Sterling Newman had the clock ran on them.
Oh man, probably like the 60s.
Probably before they had that rule.
Yeah, had to have been. They have been such a dominant powerhouse team for so long.
Yep.
And to lose to Princeton and St. Bede this year,
yep,
that has not happened in a very, very long time, if ever.
Amboy Lamoille, an 8-man, beating Hiawatha 54-30. And there's the squib kick. And Rodriguez recovered for LP. So no return on the play. Mendota at last check, Brandon. Clock runner there. The Trojans leading Sherrard 54-0. Last check, St. Bede and Bureau Valley was quite the defensive battle. Courtesy of Kevin Klum with the Shaw Media News Tribune. He's at that game. Last update from Kevin was 13-7 St. Bede going into the fourth. So St. Bede in a tussle with Bureau Valley. Well, St. Bede had that game, Erie Prophetstown earlier in the year, where they had to kick a field goal at the buzzer to win it. A defensive struggle.
15-12.
Yeah, so they've already played in one of those kind of games.
Yeah.
This season, a real tight, low-scoring game.
If I'm a coach, I actually kind of like those games, especially if you win. But when you're battle-tested, you get to the playoffs, and your team knows what to do and how to react in those game-time decisions when the game's on the line. St. Bede obviously getting battle-tested early, mid-season.
So we're at the timeout. Boudreau is now the quarterback, so I would think Whitfield's night is done for the Cavaliers. And there's a handoff off right tackle. Let's see who it is. I wouldn't think it's still Carrico. Carrico getting some more yardage after the, I think he's going to check out now. One last run for Carrico, looks like, on the evening. So the senior will come out. Four yards on it for Carrico.
Probably not what you want to see in the box score in terms of yards and carries. But like I said, he was blocking. He made open spots for Sean Whitfield, helped him out, and just played a team game.
Boudreau had trouble with the exchange with the center. He picked it up, did Brendan Boudreau, and got back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Brendan, because of injury in week one, got some action against Morton and did pretty well for himself. So you got to think he's next year's quarterback. He's only a sophomore. Brendan Boudreau.
They're starting to train him early in LaSalle-Peru.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Cavaliers. And handoff up the middle. Let's see who it is, because it's not Carrico. Looks like Peyton Ellermeyer, his first carry of the season.
It was a nice little blast up the middle. It's kind of quick, just went through a gap and picked up 3 yards.
And it'll be 4th down and about 3 now for the Cavaliers. Counting down about 3 minutes to go in the game. 4th down and 3 for the LP Cavaliers. They're going to pitch it out to Billy Minnie, and Billy's got the first down and more inside the Woodstock North 40. So a nice run by Billy Meany. And the mark it at the Thunder 38-yard line.
Nice 15-yard gain.
Yeah, so nice job by Billy Meany off the bench. First and 10 Cavs at the 38. They're in no hurry here. 49-7 LP with the lead, a running clock. The actual game time going to be probably under 2 hours. Started about 7:15, maybe even a little later than that.
The help of the running clock and all the running.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it just it does its intended purpose of shortening the game, that's for sure. That's Peyton Ellermeyer again with the run, and another nice gain for Peyton. About 5 yards, second down and 5. There was a big homecoming crowd, and of course they got treated to a big Cavalier win. Obviously the crowd not exactly treated to a game that had a lot of drama by any means. LP just kind of took it to them from the start. You could kind of tell that they had this game in hand.
Rather take a win over drama any day.
Yes. Second down and 5 after Ellermeyer's 5-yard run.
I guess kind of contradict what I was saying earlier. Obviously the battle-tested part is very important, but if you can win a game 49-7, you would want to do that.
Is that Ellermeyer again?
Yep, Ellermeyer with another carry.
Down to the 30 of Woodstock North.
Third and 2 now after that 3-yard pickup.
Probably time for 2 more plays here. It's going to be under a minute to go in this game when this ball is snapped. And Boudreau hands it off, and they go right up the middle. First down again for the Cavs. And now he can take a knee. Ellermeyer again down to the 25-yard line. So should be able to take the victory formation knee here. And the Cavaliers will improve to 4-2. Woodstock North falls to 0-6. Cavaliers are wondering, look at they can just go to the sideline. It's over.
Yeah.
They don't even need to snap the ball. So
they don't have to do anything.
49-7, LP with the win over Woodstock North. Let's take a break. We'll come back with some final numbers, a scoring summary, stats, and a big Cavalier homecoming win over the Thunder of Woodstock North, 49-7.